Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on 790 The Bet. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. And I tell you what, we could have gone 2 segments with Pat Pitt, and we'll try to get Pat and Bill on next month and let them just talk to each other. Bill Cooksey on the line and kind of slipped in when just when we needed him. Bill, thank you for joining us, Bill Cooksey.
Glad to do it, Larry. Glad to be here.
Because that puts you in with Pat Pitt. So anyway, let's switch gears a little bit. And Ron Wong's been waiting on this next interview. This guy has been a part of the fishing for a long time, not only as a competitor early on, but we've utilized his talents on Outdoors with Larry Ray over the years. And he has finally decided that enough is enough. He wants to have a real life. I wish I could do that, Bill Taylor. I mean, I'm still trying to figure that out. But we're glad to have Bill Taylor. He is the outgoing, well, I don't know if that's outcoming or outgoing. He has announced his retirement as Major League Fishing Senior Director of Operations. Bill, that decision, I guess, after almost 2 decades of doing this, was it just time? What made the decision?
Hey, Larry, good morning. Thank you guys for having me on. That's a good question. You know, I always said that, I've been involved in fishing heavily since the 70s as an angler, and then I got involved in operations in the late 80s,
yes,
part-time and still fish. But it was a big decision. I started thinking a lot about it actually back in October, and we were down at Pickwick Lake there for the Toyota Series Championship, and the weather wasn't ideal. I know Ron Wong's there, and
yeah, I was there.
He was there.
Wet.
Yes.
And I thought, well, okay, now Bill Taylor, this is you'll soon be thinking about this anyhow. You're 74 years old. It's about time you start looking around to see how it would work if you did retire. And I looked at it pretty closely, and my wife and I discussed it, and I talked with Kathy Fennell and Boyd and Don Rooks and all them, and we decided, hey, man, Bill, it's been a great ride. And
yes,
my wife said, welcome home, Bill. So I'm retired now, but I still want to be an ambassador for the sport.
That's great.
Major League Fishing especially, and I've worked with Ron Wong for many years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just I'll miss all you guys, Ron and Larry, but I'm not going away. I'm going to fish.
You're not going away. Barbara's going to push you out of the house sometime. Okay, Bill?
Well, actually, believe it or not, a friend of mine, John DeVere, he's one of the former FLW Tour pros. He and I have been buddies for a long time.
Yeah.
We packed our bags. We're headed to Alabama, going to fish the Coosa River up Lake Martin.
There you go.
Too. So
yeah,
we're going fishing, get out of the snow.
Well, I tell
you
what,
and of course you've got deer hunting that you love to do.
Yeah, he got
and stuff like that too, don't you, Bill?
Yeah,
I do. As a matter of fact, I've got a nice little deer hunting farm up northern Kentucky. And
I thought you did.
My wife and I really, really enjoy that place. She fishes out of the pond for the catfish, bluegill, and I work on it. And my son's he holds a full-time job, but he and my daughter-in-law have a gun shop and a pawn shop now. And he's so busy. He's so busy with that. That had an impact too on my retirement. That farm takes a lot of time.
It does, yeah.
But it's all worth it. It's been a great ride.
You're not going back to work for UPS, are you? I mean,
hey, let me tell you something.
Huh?
I counted the hours and minutes. I retired from UPS in 2000 with 30 full years of full-time employment.
Yeah.
And I couldn't wait to get out of there. It was a tough decision.
Yeah.
It was a tough decision to retire from Major League Fishing, especially after their acquisition. And the stability in the company and great business leaders that are involved in the sport now with Major League Fishing and Kathy Fennell and Dave Warshman. I got to say a special thank you to both of those people.
Oh, yeah.
They're phenomenal.
But you've seen so many changes, Bill. I mean, from when
in professional fishing.
The logistics,
you go all the way back to the Red Man tournament days.
Yeah. So you see, as you look back over this, and now the media approach, and now the social media and things like this, Bill, you can look back and say, well, I was there when it launched this. Does it blow your mind where we are right now with this, Bill, with the exposure that fishing's getting so much?
Oh, it does, and yeah, we moved from the paper mill to the digital. It seems like
yeah, that's a good way to put it.
That's that I'll tell you. Everything used to be paper, and keeping records of the catches and people's stats.
Yeah,
all that. We didn't have that. Nobody had it. Now,
no.
Bassmasters had it, and then in 1996, when we began doing the
FLW
digital computer, the FLW.
Yeah.
Then we got good records, and we got people that can pull records and keep those records now, and there's a big difference.
The first wrap boats, you were there. I mean, I don't want to age you, but that's what it said in the press release. Now, from the first wrap boats, trucks and boats to the internet age. I mean, who can?
And I got a good story on that one too.
What?
So
what?
They asked me to look around and see what I could find with people that did the boat wraps and could do those and truck wraps. So
yeah.
I called Motorsports over in North Carolina, and they answered, and I got on with one of their salespeople, and he said, and I quote, well, I don't know. I don't think we're too interested in that right now. NASCAR keeps us busy. Well, now we were one of the largest customers, and they had their own representative that could cover our account.
I have to tell you, Bill, now we've got you on the air here, and I just want to give you my heartfelt thanks for everything that you have done for MLF, for FLW. My hat's off to you as the finest tournament director that I've ever had the opportunity to work with. There was never controversy in the decisions that you made, and there were a lot of hard decisions that you had to make, and a lot of things that aren't so pretty, but you handled it in such a professional manner that whoever was at fault loved knowing that they are going to be doing right in the future. So my hat's off to you for a job well done. Thank you, Bill.
Oh, Ron Long, thank you, sir. And again, that was part of the deal. You had to take the good with the bad, or the bad with the good.
Yeah.
And you talk about a tough situation to have to penalize an angler for a rule violation that more than likely, and 90% of the rule violations were non-intentional. They made a mistake.
Yeah.
And to cost them a win, $100,000 or $10,000, whatever it was, it's hard. But it had to be done, and that kept the integrity within this sport. And
that's right.
And that's what we must continue to have is the integrity. That this sport's always been well known to having a lot of good, honest people involved.
That right, yeah.
And Ron, out there, they're some of the best people in the world that's fishing with us. I mean, you've worked with 90% of them.
Yeah.
Well, they're all good people.
Most of them been on this show, and we've never had a problem getting one on the show. They like to talk, and this day and time, and Bill, you know this better than anybody because as director of operations, communications is part of this now. I mean, these young kids are coming they're coming out of college. They got high schools teams. And Bill Cooksey, you're listening in on this because I know when Bill Taylor started this, we didn't have high school fishing teams. We didn't have
college
or any of these things now. So
we did not, and that happened at a time when we needed that growth.
You're right, yes,
Larry. We needed it. It had become just a bit stagnant. I'll say that. Not that there wasn't a lot of good things happening. That created a lot of interest in the sport. It allowed us to spend more money as a company in the digital part of the on-the-water coverage.
Right.
And I want to add on that on-the-water coverage. We had one of our IT department managers, Doug Chesser, he and I worked pretty closely together when we first started that. And we had the little fanny packs, and it was bulky and didn't work as good as it does now, simply because we didn't have the cell service or the technology. But
That's
you
right.
know, we had that going.
Yes,
Ron. I think
yeah.
you were some of the events, and they wore the little fanny pack. And once those guys, they took to it like a June bug to an apple. I'm telling you, they grabbed that and run with it. I can remember when our team anglers, people like Wesley Strader and Dave Lefebvre and all those guys, and Larry Nixon and Jimmy Houston, they couldn't wait to get that live camera on them. You know?
That's right.
Well, that's what it's
I
all.
think that was a big honor to be a part of that too. I'm sure the guys that's involved with it now, our production teams, you know, they've really developed it now to where it's just phenomenal. It's habit forming. I have to watch it every morning when they're on.
Well, Bill Taylor, I'll echo Ron Wong's sentiments on there, buddy, that job well done, and I know that they will continue the legacy that you started, and we're not going to let you get away, Bill. We're going to check on you every once in a while.
And I'm sure I'll see you down the road because we have ICAST coming up and everything else.
Did you say you hope you see him laying in the road? What was that again?
You know, no, we'll be seeing him down the road.
Down the road, Bill. Okay, buddy?
Well, listen,
right.
Again, Larry and Ron, thank you guys. I've listened to your show many times, and it's always been fulfilling. And thank you guys for having me. And, I'm available anytime.
All right, buddy.
As long as I'm not hunting or fishing. Have a great morning.
We got you. Thanks, Bill Taylor. All right.
My pleasure.
Take care. Now, let's take a break. Be right back, and let's head to Kentucky Lake to see if we can get Steve McCadams out there. We'll be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray.